Okay, so we're taking this is part two of looking at flowchart.com, and now we're going to look at these selection of items over here to the on the left side of the flowchart.com work area. The first part here we have here is clip art, and this is mainly, well, it's clip art. It's similar, very similar to clip art you'd find in other available in other programs. Where this is mainly not so much, doesn't really have too many scientific drawings or technically accurate drawings. It's more artistic things that add to the visual appeal of your flowchart. I'm looking at animals, so we have clip art of abstractive animals, and amphibians are one category. Let's see what it has in the way of frogs. Okay, so let's see here. So we have things like this. It's the little frog who seems like he's frustrated or something. So not like a scientifically accurate picture, but that's fine. It's good for visual appeal. Here's a dinosaur. Oh, I made two of them actually. Let's remove those. They're kind of taking a lot of space. Okay. So the clip art has interesting things for adding visual appeal to your flowchart. You can add in your own. It's possible to import your own. Here does my graphics. You can import your own graphics. Let's see. Let's look. After that, we have flowchart symbols, and this has the advantage of this would appeal more probably to people in very specific fields. If you look here at the list, we have. For example, we have auditing, the engineering process, fault tree analysis, TQM, value stream. So images or symbols that are important for specified fields. Just look at equipment vessels. And we can add in, let's see, okay, here's access point, and there's a closed tank flap. Well, just the rectangle. So let's see what else we have here. Covered tank. So symbols that are, we can enlarge it here. Symbols that are relevant within a particular field of engineering. So I'm not an engineer, so I don't know how to interpret these symbols. But for people who are in those areas, these would probably be very useful things to have. So that's basically what the flowchart symbols includes. It does also include various different. Let's see, as basic flowchart. Well, yeah, these are also fairly technical looking symbols for use in flowcharts. So these are for people in specialized fields that have specialized symbology, I believe. Okay. In the next area here we have scripts, and these are things that I don't really understand that much because they involve a knowledge of coding in JavaScript that I don't really have enough of to comment on. So, but for people that do those things, I think this would probably be useful. It does allow you to write your own scripts. Again, I'm not really qualified to do that kind of thing yet. So, and then there's templates. This is nice because these are pre-made flowcharts for different kinds of purposes. For example, here's family tree. Family tree 1 is one of their flowcharts. So I'm just loading that up, and that's so that'll take the place of what we had a moment ago. And you can see here's name, birth date, name, birth date. In biology, this would be handy because you use this for phylogenetic trees. So, for example, you could have we could edit the caption here, and we can call this. Let's just call it vertebrates. Okay, or let's call it amniotes. I don't know if people know what that is, but that's vertebrates that have an amniotic gag, like basically reptiles, birds, mammals. And then we could split this into two groups. So this would be diapsid, which would basically be birds and reptiles, and then make this synapsid, which would basically, at least nowadays, this would be mammals. And then we can go on down the line here with the breaking this down into different categories. If you're making a flowchart, so synapsid, we could have. Well, it depends on how we do this. This could be mammals, and then down here we could have therapsids. This isn't exactly accurate phylogeny, but just to illustrate a point. Okay, so you can create family trees of animals, organism species in general using this. And then you can add visual appeal. I guess you could also go into the the flowchart symbols and add little images of animals in there too if you wanted to.